Hey guys, David Rapaski here, and I'm about to show you how to use WordPress. If you've never used WordPress before, it can be kind of intimidating, and this video is designed to help you break the ice and learn basic operations and basic controls. So the first thing you're going to need to do to log into WordPress is you're going to need to type your domain in the address bar. Now, most people use Google to find their website or look for websites and that sort of thing. But Google isn't going to be of any help if you're trying to log into the back end of your website. You have to use this address bar here. The address bar can be found below your tabs, or in Microsoft Edge, the address bar is your search bar. The first thing you're going to do is type in the address bar your domain. So if your domain is www.yourdomain.com, you would type that here. And then you're going to type a /WP-admin or WP admin. So WP-admin. Hit enter. You're going to be taken to the login screen where you would log in with the username you created when you installed WordPress and the password you created when you installed WordPress. So let's enter that here. And now we're taken to the WordPress dashboard. It's a good idea when working with WordPress or any other website builder, if you have slow internet at home or you have maybe bad internet or DSL or whatever, you really need to go to a place like a public library or some place with faster internet to be able to use WordPress in the least frustrating fashion. If you try to use WordPress with slow internet, you're going to get frustrated. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So my recommendation, if you're going to be building your site with WordPress, go to a public library or some place that has decently fast internet. So when you log in, you'll see the WordPress dashboard. There's a couple of things I want to point out here. The dashboard is kind of like your nerve center of your website. It's the control panel. It's everything you need to make your website your own. But let's give you the guided tour first. So this area is like news and updates and information about your site. Not a whole lot going on. Up here in the corner, you see where it says test. It's going to say test on my screen because test is what I called my website. Whatever you called your website on installation with your installation is going to show up here. So if you call your website, say, Jane's Dance Studio, it's going to say Jane's Dance Studio up here. If you click on the home button, you'll be taken to a live preview of your site. So you can actually see what your site looks like right now and get instant feedback as to whether or not the change you made works. To come back to your dashboard, all you have to do is go to where your site title is listed and click on it. And you'll be taken back to the dashboard. Let's try it out. Click on the name of your site and the house icon to visit your website. Click on the speedometer icon and the name of your website again to go back. Pretty easy, isn't it? Now below the site title and the house icon, there are all these little buttons that do different things. The ones that you're most commonly going to use are pages. If we click on it, we'll be seeing all the pages that we created when we installed WordPress, which is just one. If we wanted to add a new page, we would go up here to Add New, and we would click Add New. We would enter a title here for the page, which may or may not appear depending on your theme, and then you would enter your content down here. When you're done, let's give it a quick title, so we'll call this Services. When you're done, you hit Publish, and then if you go back to All Pages, you'll see that Services has been added to the list. Posts are individual posts that show up in a blog. You would only see posts on your blog page or your post page, generally, once you've got it all set up. So if you want to manage the posts that are on your blog page, you would go to Posts, and if you wanted to add a new post for your blog, you would click Add New, and you're going to see a screen that looks very similar to the page screen. Your blog title goes here, your blog content goes there, and then you can choose things most of the time like categories. You can add a new category if you wanted to say put it in, let's call our category photos. We would type it here, and then when we're all done, we would hit Add New Category. And now Photos becomes the category for our post. And if we have other posts about photos, we can actually go down and add them to the Photos category as well, so that when we click it, we'll see only the posts that are about photos. Pretty cool, huh? So like the page section, when we're done with adding our post, we hit publish, and then it becomes live on our blog. So whenever you need to save your work, after you're done adding something or making a change, you're always going to come back to this publish button and click it before moving on. That's like saving your work, and you have to save every time. If we say start to add some content here, but then we click away, it's going to give us an alert. Do you want to leave this site? If we hit leave, none of our work will be saved, and the post will revert back to the way it was before I made my changes. So if you're working here and you really mess up, you can always just leave the page and have your changes be forgotten, as long as you haven't hit the publish button to save them. So if you hit stay, you'll be brought back to the post screen again, and then if you hit publish and you click off of it, the message goes away because you've saved your work. Appearance, a couple things about appearance. First, appearance is where we can install themes. It's also going to be the home for our customizer. So to get it out of the way, let's install a theme and start to jazz up our website a little bit. Because if you look at it now, it looks kind of ho-hum. It has the theme that comes with WordPress, and it's not fully set up. But if we go back to our dashboard and we go down to themes, we have a bunch of different options. We have these themes, which were already installed with WordPress, which most people don't use, and I don't recommend them either. But if you want to give your site a really snazzy look, you need to use your own theme. So if we click Add New, so if you come here, you'll see a lot of free options. And there's nothing wrong with them, except free options just don't have the power that some of the paid themes have. So if you buy a paid theme, like for example, I'm going to install Divi in a second, a paid theme is going to be premium and have premium quality and premium features that you just don't get with a free theme. So in order to use a theme that you would purchase, say, from another website, you would have to go up here to the Upload Theme button, click it, and then you're going to be taken to this screen. You want to navigate down to this button that says Choose File, and then you have to look for the theme file that you want to use. We want to use Divi, which is right here. Now, if you have a Windows machine, this screen is going to look a little bit different. I'm on a Mac, so I have a different user interface than a Windows machine would. So keep that in mind if you're going to be installing a theme, that this screen won't look exactly the same, but the principles are very similar. If you hit Open, it's going to put Divi into the queue, and then you hit Install Now. And it's going to take a little bit of time for the theme to be uploaded and unpacked and set up on your WordPress website. And when it is, when the process is all done, you will have to activate it. And we'll cover that as soon as the theme is done installing. So I'm going to pause the recording now, and I'll come back to you when our installation is complete. Installation is complete now, and we're taken to a different screen. So it says installing theme from uploaded file, divi.zip, unpacking the package, installing the theme installed successfully. Great. That's what we wanted to see. So what we need to do now is we need to go down to this activate button, or activate link, and click it. And that's going to activate the theme that we've installed on our WordPress website. So now if we look at our website to see what it looks like, we now see that it's changed, and it's actually completely different from what we were looking at before. There are a couple of things we still have to do to configure it, and we'll cover configuring and setting up and installing other stuff that can make Divi work fantastically in a second. But the one thing I wanted to cover before we leave is if you want to make Divi really look the way you want it, you have to customize it. So you'll need to go down to Appearance, Customize, and click on it. And you'll be taken to the WordPress Customizer. So you'll have to navigate between, say, General Settings and Header Navigation. Just click on the little arrows, and it'll open up a new tab with more options for you. When you're done, you have to click Save and Continue up here. You'll notice if we make a change, for example, let's change the font. So we'll click on this and we'll scroll down. Or to make it easier, we'll just enable box layout. We'll do that. Now the saved has changed to Save and Publish. So we'll do that. And then to get out of the customizer, we just need to hit the X. And we'll be taken back to our dashboard. Pretty easy stuff. We visit the site. Now we can see that instead of my layout being full width, it's boxed. So those are WordPress basics. Pretty easy stuff, not rocket science here. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll learn how to install template files and plugins and other things that'll make your site work all that much better. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.